I have a story for you guys today. A rapper by the name of Dank Demoss is now suing the rideshare company Lyft and one of its drivers after she was denied entry into a Lyft car because the driver told her, "You're too big. You are not going to fit in my car." Now she's crying fat phobia and body shaming, and she's bringing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the driver and the rideshare app. Now, is she truly a victim of oppression in this case, or did she get a reality check? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
All right, guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. We're gonna jump straight into an article on this one. This is out of NBC News. It's going to explain the situation that took place with this woman named Dank Demoss. I'm not joking. This says Detroit rapper Dank Demoss is suing the rideshare company Lyft, alleging she wasn't allowed to enter a car she ordered due to her weight. Demoss shared video on Instagram on January 19th that captured the interaction with an alleged Lyft driver who denied her a ride. "I'm sorry, I got no space. My car is small," the driver said in the clip. "I can fit in this car," Demoss, 29, replied. "Believe me, you can't. So, I'm sorry. I'm gonna cancel the ride. You're not gonna be charged," the driver replied. "So you're telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car? So are you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car? So I've got to order another Lyft," Demoss said. The driver responded, "Yeah, you need to order a bigger car." He went on to say that he had an issue with his tires as a reason that she couldn't ride in the car. Demoss announced the lawsuit Tuesday on social media, posting videos of herself with her attorneys. Okay, whew. Now, the lawsuit was filed in Wayne County Circuit Court, and the lawsuit writes that Lyft and the driver are violating Michigan's Elliott-Larsen Civil Rights Act, which prohibits discriminatory practices based on religion, race, color, age, sex, height, weight, and familial status. Now, of course, this story is wild, and because there's videos and because this girl is such a wacky character, it has been picked up by the news. Let's run a clip.
Jib Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough.
I get the money and flip it and make time food.
Dank Demoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
Let me sit y'all. Full-figured folks, sit down and be honest with yourself. If this is illegal, lock me up. Lock me up and throw it. If this is illegal, lock me up. What is going on? And you can see it in the lawyer's face. Even he knows what he's up to is wrong. You know, he says it's the same, it's the same. He sort of stumbles over his words and then says, under the law, it's the same. You know damn well that law needs to be changed if this is something wrong. That woman looks damn near 500 pounds, if not more. And she says she knew when the car rolled up because the guy was making faces. Did you maybe know when the car rolled up because you saw the shape of the car and realized that you might have some difficulty fitting into this car? And he realized it too. I'm sorry, but this woman is now a confirmed 489 pounds. And if you're a Lyft driver who doesn't want 489 pounds sitting on one side of your car, I think that's okay. But apparently it's not. We're gonna refer back to this article because after the driver drove off, Demoss was apparently unable to attend her cousin's party. And as a result, she suffered stress, humiliation, mental anguish, and emotional damage, the complaint says. Now, she posted this video online and Lyft actually responded apologizing for the actions of the driver. The apology reads, "At Dank Demoss, we're disheartened to look at this driver's unacceptable behavior. Please DM us at your earliest convenience for additional support. We'd like to address this as soon as possible. And I'm sorry, what? What is Lyft apologizing for? What are they disheartened by? The driver did the logical thing in that if I feel like this person is too big to fit in my car, maybe I shouldn't allow them to be in my car. You know, the one that I own, the one that I'm paying for, that every service for this car I'm forking out money for. I don't need to allow her to be in the back of my car. But Lyft has to apologize because we're in this culture that tiptoes around people's marginalized identity, and I guess your body composition is now part of that, even though it seems like she's directly contributing to her lot in life when it comes to her weight. We have to act like this is somehow a protected class and that this Lyft driver is in the wrong. And you know damn well he isn't. And you know what? This civil rights law may have written out that this is a clear-cut case of discrimination, and if so, we need to revisit the law. I'm so sick of being like looked dead in the face and told not to believe my eyes. I'm looking at this woman who is nearly 500 pounds and I'm thinking about what she does when she travels by plane or train. Do you think a singular seat is sufficient for her needs? And if the answer is no, and she's inclined to pay extra for those things and accommodations, why isn't she expected to pay extra for a Lyft XL? And for the sake of argument, let's say she can squeeze herself into this guy's car. Is he then obligated to take on 500 pounds of weight sitting on one side of his car? I don't think so. We are continuously living in a world where people are constantly trying to subject us to their distorted view of reality. They're doing it with race and gender and pronouns and body positivity in this case, and all forms of different oppression that they've made up and thrust upon us. And this case is no exception. It does seem like the general consensus, at least in the public, is that this girl is way out of bounds when it comes to suing not only Lyft, but the driver responsible for denying her ride. But even so, the lawsuit is going through. But I'm gonna submit a little bit of evidence. Here is this rapper in the back of a car spitting game, and you guys can see for yourselves what you think.
Flexing with a big bag. Yo, man's mad, he ain't no more. I admit the hell was good, but I ain't want no more. You, my mind different. Please don't get it twisted, my spine different. If you thought I liked it, the crime different. Y'all on these my big heads, they been trash. They never lacking, I be walking on the same.
Yeah.
You know, if I was the lawyer, I'd say, can I have the jury take a look at this bit of evidence? I see this young woman sitting in the back of a car that I believe Lyft would deem to be a Lyft XL. Is that correct? Let's get confirmation on that. And in this car that would be considered a Lyft XL, she is sitting in the back, in the trunk wrapping. Why is she not sitting in the passenger seat, the driver's seat, the back of the car? Is it maybe that this young woman does not fit comfortably in either of those areas of this vehicle and is chosen to sit in the trunk? I close my case. I'm sorry, but I gotta call out if there's any medical professionals watching this right now. If this young woman showed up to an emergency department and she needed, let's say, a CT scan, I think at 500 pounds, she probably would not be fitting in the CT scanner that most hospitals have. What would you do with this young woman? But a Lyft driver who's just going around picking up rides and incurring all the risk to his vehicle is now just expected to oblige this and accept it? Like, I'm sorry, I am not usually one to say this, but they don't get paid enough to deal with that. I'm sure they're dealing with enough already. And I'm gonna submit one more bit of evidence before I close out this video. And it's a video of Dank Demoss herself saying that her mind is not making the connection of how big her body actually is.
My body right now is like my mind don't know that I'm this big. My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I can do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit. Or like if I'm trying to do certain I feel like I could do it. And then I be like, damn, I can't do this. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I could do that. So I'm gonna walk over there. Be going in the gym in front of all those people, 500 pounds in shorts, no shirt. Well, I have on a sports bra, but you know.
The defense rests, Your Honor. So there's a simple fact here. There is the reality and there is your self-perception. And clearly she's having some dissonance when it comes to her reality and her self-perception. But she is going to meet reality every time she's confronted with a situation in which her weight becomes pretty important. Things like buying a plane ticket, buying a train ticket, needing a scan at the hospital, getting into a Lyft that might be a little bit too small for you. This is reality meeting you. And if you are deluded and think that you are fit when you're not, or think that you're in a smaller body than you're actually in, this is what's going to happen to you. And the fact that it's possible that the law is protecting her in this instance and not the Lyft driver is absolutely wild to me. It just seems like in today's time we are more beholden to insanity and nonsense than common sense, and I'm tired of it. You know, at the very least, I'm going to call it out in a video, even if she goes on to win this lawsuit against Lyft and the Lyft driver, which that poor man, who I believe is no longer working at the company, is going to be down and out over this and have to go through this whole process. It's just ridiculous. Somebody needs to say this is not what should be happening right now. Nothing oppressive happened to Dank Demoss. In fact, she's oppressing herself. And that's all I'm going to say on this matter. Guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know how you feel about this story. As always, if you disagree with anything I said in this video, duke it out, but do so respectfully. We encourage healthy debate on this channel. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you better.